After the NFL playoffs, the NBA script just got leaked. We have seen over the past 4 years a recurring theme where if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, the Heat are going to make it to the NBA Finals. Now, I don't know the legitimacy of this because right now the Heat are 30 and 25, seventh in the East, but it seems to happen year after year. They are really struggling on offense right now. They make the trade for Terry Rozier. He has not been efficient, and it was not looking good. I mean, they had lost 7 straight games, and it was looking like that this script was not going to come true, but Coach Spo and company, they have started to turn it around. They are 6-2 since that little skid. Terry Rozier, he will be back, trust me. And playoff Jimmy, can he do it again? Is the big question. Right now, he's on a little bit of a personal leave through the All Star break, but on the year, he's averaging 21.4 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, 5.5 assists per game, and 1.3 steals. He is more than capable of dragging this Miami Heat team to the NBA playoffs, which is what we have seen, or through the NBA playoffs, which is something we have seen. Remember, they lost the first play-in game last year, and then Jimmy just turned into prime Michael Jordan because, that is his father. The question is, though, how much does he have left in the tank? He is getting up there in age. He's up to 34 years old. I don't know if, maybe he can do it again. But at 34, you just have to wonder. He's still got 3 years, 145 million left on his deal. The last year of that is a player option, so only 93 million guaranteed. But the big question is, how much does playoff Jimmy have left in the tank? Now, he does have a really good supporting cast now of young players. You add in Jaime Jaquez, and remember, Tyler Herro didn't play in the playoffs last year, so it's essentially like adding 2 more starting caliber players. Bam is having the best year of his career. His career stats continue to be linear in terms of progression: 20 points, 10.6 rebounds, 4.2 assists for the big man, still shooting at over 50% from the field, and he is so good on the defensive side of the ball, so strong, such a good core. Him versus Anthony Davis is a fun big man matchup to watch, but I mean, he has really started to pick up some of the slack, and he could be a guy to pick up some slack whenever you see, playoff Jimmy start to decline. Tyler Herro here is another guy. You're adding in another 21 points per game to the team from last year. So, yes, they lose Strauss, they lose Gabe Vincent, but Herro is back, Jaime Jaquez is back, and if I'm the Heat, I'm taking that trade all day long because you've also replenished your depth, which we will talk about later in the video. Tyler Herro shooting at 44% from the field, 40% from 3, 8.2 attempts in 35 minutes per game this year. And, I mean, I've said it a couple times now, but they made it to the finals without him last year, which is crazy. An absolute marksman like him. He has 4 years, 120 million left on his deal. And he's still pretty young, so he's going to be in Miami for a while. You got Bam, you got Tyler, now you have Jaime Jaquez Jr., Terry's only 29. So there's guys behind Jimmy Butler that can pick up this slack and can, activate Heat culture in the playoffs. Now, the 18th overall pick, Jaime Jaquez Jr., he was a little bit, by Heat fans, not universally liked, I guess is the word we'll go with. I don't think it's time for Pat Riley to retire because they got Terry Rozier, who is basically putting up the same stat line as Dame this year for pennies on the dollar. And they bring in Jaime Jaquez Jr., who's averaging 13 points, 3.9 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and a steal as a rookie. Just went out and competed in the dunk contest as well. Now, he didn't win it, but it was kind of a snooze fest, I'm not going to lie. 49% from the field for Hawkins on the year. It's crazy to see these rookies coming in and shooting at almost 50% from the field, but we need to normalize this. We need to normalize these contenders going out and picking up players that have been at their program for 4 or 5 years, like Julian Strother. Podziemski was only in college for 2 years, but he's come in and made an immediate impact on the Warriors. Instead of taking like these high-risk prospects that will take forever to develop and end up just rotting away. If you are enjoying today's video at any point, make sure to like button and hit that subscribe button as it really helps out in the YouTube algorithm. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if that is you, go ahead and fix that. Now let's continue on here looking at the Terry Rozier trade. It's not working out, no doubt about it, but I think we need to stay patient, okay? Terry has proven year after year that he is a really, really solid player. As in a Miami Heat jersey, he's only averaging 12.6 points, 5.6 assists, and 4.5 rebounds. A very underrated part of his game is the point guard aspect, where he can come in and give you 5-6 assists per game, but he is shooting it 36% from the field, and 23% from 3 on 4 attempts. Not good at all. But just a little bit of a reminder of his stats in Charlotte. He put up 23 points a game, 6.6 assists, 4 rebounds, 46% shooting from the field, 36% from 3. And as I mentioned, Miami was, big time involved in the Dame sweepstakes. This is essentially the season that the Dame is having, minus a couple of points per game. Now, the Heat culture, they are known for their role players. Caleb Martin, Duncan Robinson, Kevin Love, Josh Richardson, and even Nikola Jovic is starting to step up as of late. Duncan Robinson on the year has really changed up his game, really redefined himself. He's averaging 13.5 points a game in 27 minutes, and a huge part of this is because he has stopped, strictly taking threes. Sure, he still takes a lot of them. He takes 7 a game, but he is taking 3 other field goal attempts per game that are not threes. In the past, we've seen him, live and die, fall in love with that three-point line. And this year, that is not 100% the case. He definitely takes a lot of threes, but it's not 100% the case. Kevin Love, still giving him 18 minutes per game at that old age. 9.6 rebounds, solid. 44% shooting from the field, 35% from 3 for the 35-year-old who is, he's still in there. He's still getting good minutes, and he's a really, really experienced playoff guy. Josh Richardson, 10 points, 3 rebounds in 20 minutes a game. He's been a bit of an underrated ad this offseason. The 30-year-old shooting at 44% from the field, 35% from 3. So as you can see, they have so many options coming off this bench. That's part of what makes Heat culture is the depth, and any guy can step up on any given night. They play really good defense, coached up by Spoelstra. And then you also have Caleb Martin, 10 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, shooting at about 45% from the field, 35% from 3 in 26 minutes a game. So overall, really, really solid stuff here from the Heat. Pat Riley's put together a really solid squad, and I think it's going to be a lot like last year, honestly. Looking at their project, though, Nikola Jovic is really starting to come along. He's now averaging 6 points per game, and he's been a solid part of this rotation at times this year. 4.2 rebounds in 16 minutes for the 20-year-old. He's shooting at 43% from the field, but 45% from 3 on about 2.5 attempts per game, which is very solid. Per 36, he's averaging 13 and 9. So, injuries do happen. Whatever happens, maybe they start to get him a little bit more minutes. But anyways, looking at the outlook now for the Miami Heat, they got New Orleans, Sacramento, Portland, Denver, Utah, Detroit, and Dallas coming out of the deadline or out of the All-Star break. Still sitting down there at 7. They need to start heating up. Portland, Utah, Detroit, those are very winnable games that they need to win, quite honestly. If they can, try and get out of this play-in, that'll be best case scenario for them going into the playoffs. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure the like button, trying to hit 100 likes on today's video, and leave me a comment down below, as well as hitting that subscribe button. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.